with your thoughts on media, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Salute, salute, salute.
Tell these niggas.
Man, Northwest Takeover. We got a lot to talk about tonight,
bro. When I say that it's big things popping, man, we got pretty much the biggest league in the world coming to our backyard. It ain't just like that. It ain't just like they just sliding through and coming in, but we actually got heavy hitters that's gonna be here.
Yeah, it ain't no proving grounds or man, they're bringing the big names out here, man. And this whole from top to bottom, this whole card is fire, man. It was like,
facts. When I say that it's been a long time coming for the Northwest to have the bigger leagues come in, specifically the URL, and come actually show us some love like this. This is history. And with that being said, before we even get to all that other craziness, we got us a special guest. We got us the guy that's actually throwing this thing and putting it together, who brought him up here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ready for this? Exactly. But with that being said, we got my guy KG. Hold up, let's get it. Welcome in, brethren. How you doing?
It's good. What's good? It's the word.
Hey man, you tell me, man. You came out here one time, and then I remember about a year and a half, 2 years ago. You probably don't remember talking to me, but I talked to you for a quick second. You were like, "Yo, hey, we coming back. We coming back, and we bringing more ammo." And it's a fire ass car, bro. Like, what made you decide to bring it back to the Northwest?
I brought it back to the Northwest because I said I was gonna bring it back to the Northwest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bottom line, like before this pandemic hit, like that was the plan. Like I had, that was just part of the plan. Like the PG event was really just to check the temperature. I ain't even really know, I mean, no offense, but I ain't even know, like, that part of Washington and really just Washington in general had that type of crowd that gravitated to the streets like that. Like, I didn't know. And I don't think most people in the country know. Like, even with this private event, like, I think the people that's coming from out of town, they gonna all kind of be shocked because, like, I thought it was just all white motherfuckers that lived out. Like, I thought it was just white niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know it was such a heavy population of black people, and I didn't know that the Samoan and the Pacific Islanders, I didn't know how deep they was in terms of how they fuck with, like, our thing, you know what I'm saying? So once I got the temp check, I already knew, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already knew, like, it's my responsibility to. It's not just about LA, you know what I'm saying? It's about making sure that the whole West get that feel, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we on.
Thanks, man. Like I said, man, a long time coming. But this card, did you have any influences on the particular matchups that we have?
I mean, me and Pete did it pretty. I mean, I pretty much did every battle, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I'm with the staff, so, I had Pete help me out. He actually brought me drugs and loot. He helping me out, giving me suggestions throughout the entire process for sure. But, I would say the majority of this card is just it's my thing. Like, Jay and Danny, I had this planned a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know if I was going to call it Born Legacy or if I was going to make it Initiation 2 or... Like, I was really, I felt like Initiation 2 deserved a bigger crowd. So I just wanted to once again test the waters. Like, this won't be the last time I come, like, I'm doing it. Like, if it just depends on how motherfuckers turn out. I mean, it's a private event, but we still got like 60, 70 tickets. So let's see if, the Northwest put on and rep, you know what I'm saying? And if they rep, we're going to be right back, you know what I'm saying? And, that's what it is.
Man. What were you about to ask?
Oh no, it's just like you said earlier, it's a long time coming, monumental event. These matchups are crazy, man. A lot of the matchups are crazy and stuff. So, is there like other than Jay the Nightwing, from the Northwest already? He's already on the big stage. Is there other Northwest battlers that you're looking at as far as down the line or next event you are out here?
Well, because of how we got the Crucible set up, if you're not already a part of the URL, Crucible is gonna be your way, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Like the Crucible, that's the PG system now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and it's actually kind of a benefit because the old way of doing things when it was like the PGs, then you had to know somebody and actually be cool with a motherfucker to actually get consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really either me, P, or Norbs. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of regions who don't got reach like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all didn't have reach like that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stewie obviously put on for y'all, but, it took a while for y'all to really, be heard. You know what I'm saying? And Jay obviously attributed to that. But I only say that to say that way of doing things is over. Like, this Crucible process is a better vetting process. Like, because it's not just 3 people who have the overall say so. Like, they have to get picked by scouts. They have to get chosen by the top battle rappers who are actually judging in the first point just to get to phase 2. Then from that point, like the top media guys, Jay Black, Henny Man, Anwar, these guys from that point choose who make it to that point. And then me and P choose the top 6. You know what I'm saying? So that process is a lot more strenuous in terms of how deep we go into things. So for us, that's the true test. That's going to tell the tale. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can make it through the Crucible, then that's how you make it through there. But past that, it's going to be Jay. And then, when Stewie done doing his King of the Dot thing, then he'll be back with us too.
Definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And for a lot of the cats out here that's trying to get their foot in the door, is there a certain probably this year or next year when the Crucible is coming back to the Northwest, or when you guys running that again?
We actually bring the Crucible back in a couple months. Because the Crucible, the season 1 of the Crucible pretty much a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the top guys from the Crucible is in this Ultimate Madness tournament, so they went straight from doing Crucible. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, they went, instead of going through a 2-year PG process and then another 1-year one-off process, you go through this Crucible shit for 1 year, and now these niggas is on caffeine battling for 25,000. Some of the Crucible guys is actually on this card, Born Legacy. So they skipping a lot of motherfuckers, to do a card like Born Legacy with some of the access on here. Like, shout out to Biscuit, you know what I'm saying, who lives in Washington right now. Yeah. And shout out to Royalty, you know what I'm saying? Both them niggas from the Crucible on Born Legacy. So we'll see how they do. So, I mean, I just want to be clear. That's the way. Like, it's Crucible or bust these days. You know what I'm saying? You have to build your resume on like some A-Ward type shit to actually have the ability to skip that process, because it's proven to actually do something well with how we got the people that we got out of that. So we're going to stick with that, and that's just what it is. So I would just advise anybody who's looking to be a part of the Crucible, we're going to start submitting submissions for like the little videos where you can kind of like post your shit on Instagram. We're going to start accepting those in like the next month. And we about to start hitting 6 cities. We're not going to be in Washington this time. We go to different cities every time. This time, the Northwest area is going to be the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? So a Northwest motherfucker can still get picked up and come to the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Just tap in with the scouts. We got 11 of them. So, make sure you tap in with them and get one of those picks.
Most definitely. Sure.
So we actually got one of the brand ambassadors himself, Mr. Man Listen. Tone, what's goody?
What up, big dog?
What up, Tone?
I'm just in the thing watching. What up, KG?
What up, my boy? Shout out to my nigga Tone, man. Shout out to Man Listen. I definitely want to give him his flowers because, both times that I actually came out here, he definitely been my queen man who's been really holding me down in terms of just the resources and shit. Obviously, I got a lot of people I fuck with out there, but definitely want to get this nigga his flowers because he definitely been holding it down for sure.
Listen, man. I'm excited, man. You guys don't even know. We got the food popping. Going down.
Hey, speaking of the food popping, hey, he gonna
talk about
man, what's on the menu?
Hey, look who here.
Should we just leave the menu out until the day of?
Yeah, let's just wait till the day of.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about the menu.
Hey, so
but yeah, I'm just excited for this shit to be out here. It's about to be dope, man. I don't think people understand how big this shit's about to really be.
Facts.
So what I want to do real quick, not to cut you off, Tone, is I want to actually get. Hey, talk your shit, Tone. I'm looking for the actual flyer I put up in here. So go ahead and talk your shit.
Oh shit! I was just saying I'm excited for this shit to come back because there's been like that first event that was huge, and then like the little Crucible shit. It's just like the fact that URLs actually invested in coming to the scene, like. They really wanted to bring something out here. And then I think a lot of people looking at it, like, a lot of people be like, well, how come this Northwest? It's like, man, this is a born legacy. We got to look at this from this is a big card. Everybody on this card deserves to be there. It's like, it's not just about the Northwest right here. This is about exposing our team to a bigger picture because having this type of card out here, you know how battle rap fans are. You know, a battler that might not have nothing to do with this card might get a look just because they want to see what Washington got now. I'm talking about from a fan perspective. They might just want to tap in. It's like I feel like it's big because we don't have cards like that out here. Not to where we getting smacked and everybody coming out. Not that.
Yeah.
But that's all KG. You feel me? KG made this super big. He said he wasn't playing with it. He wasn't playing with it.
Facts. I look at it from the perspective of like long term. You got a lot of people. They like to leave the Northwest because they feel like hip hop, battle rap, in particular, those two fields, they're not really being seen. So they travel so many different places. But to know now that a light is actually being shined here, it's gonna motivate and inspire a bunch of motherfuckers to step up their shit.
Bro, if niggas ain't rapping like the world is watching already, then they might not need to be battle rapping because it's like Washington is becoming a pivotal. We're watching Washington become one of the places. But watching it is happening. A lot of people that come out here that's big in the culture, they all say the same thing. So it's all obviously real. Like I feel like our fans is a good representation of the scene too, because you go places and then it's like, sometimes the fans could kind of make it corny if they don't know bars or they just don't know. Because sometimes battle raps is weird. Like there's no etiquette. It's like, if you've never been to jail before, you go to jail, they think that you go to jail and they expect you to know how jail is. It's like, nigga, I never been here. That's how it is for battle rap fans when they're new. They want to enjoy themselves, but they just don't know how to enjoy it. But we have like a cultured fan base here. It's weird. Like niggas it's like they're really tapped in.
That's a fact. So KG, getting back to that up and coming Crucible level and whatnot. Like how hard is it to pick? Is it like picking like a needle in a haystack when you're looking for certain type of battlers that you think have the potential to really do it and be there?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. It's for me. It's not that hard because you gotta understand where I come from with this shit. Like, first off, I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? But before all this, before me doing the battles, before me running the events and all that shit, I'm one of them ones. So it kind of takes one to know one. You know what I'm saying? So when you actually been in them situations and you done went against some of the best and you done been on some of these platforms, you kind of got an eye out to know somebody that got something like that. I ain't gonna lie with Jay, I almost didn't even let this nigga battle. You know what I'm saying? Because he had missed one battle. He had when I first started fucking with him, because he missed one battle because of travel. And I was like on the Northwest. I remember posting the Northwest like, damn, this y'all man, y'all can't even get this nigga flight. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I remember that. Like that's where I was at with it. I was done with this nigga. And he came, and LA is hostile. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just naturally a hostile place. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a really good gauge of temperature if you can budge this like that crowd. You know what I'm saying? So, like, being that I've done it, I know. You know what I'm saying? So when he did what he did, when he got his sleeve ripped off and all that shit, like all that shit, you just automatically know. Like, you know, when you deal with niggas like Nitty, you know what I'm saying? Coming up with Nitty and, you know, being there when Gotti first, like bringing Gotti on for his first URL battle, you know what I'm saying? And you just able to see these things. Like I seen it with Gotti, his very first battle that I seen. You know what I'm saying? The first PG he did, that shit ain't got a ton of views. The shit, you know, you just know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just know, man. Like, I always just give people the advice to just keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? Because you cannot be that and become that. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, you know, a lot of niggas got the niggas that gas them and they not properly vetting these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not giving niggas proper vetting the whole process. They just gas and just say, yeah, you good, man. You the best. You know what I'm saying? You should battle Luke and Luck. Like, that's what they tell them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And these niggas give bad advice, man, to where they can't improve. They can't look themselves in the mirror and be like, I need to work on that. I need to work on this. So, I mean, I know this is long and drawn out, but
it's real.
You can become one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not born one of them ones. It's battle rap. You know what I'm saying? This shit's still wrestling, however you look at it. You know what I'm saying? So you can become one of them ones if you bring some more conviction, if you write better, if you work on your punchlines, if you get more original. Like, you can become one of those ones, but it be pride with a lot of niggas. So, like, yeah, I go through this, like, I used to go through this whole PG process and let niggas get their shit off, whether I knew they was gonna make it or not. But once again, that's the beauty of this Crucible shit, because you're not gonna make it to a certain level without having some type of originality, because there's just too many different filters to get through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't just me. So they actually doing me a favor, because, you know, giving niggas 3 or 4 PGs, 5 PGs, and niggas still ain't progressing, that shit for the birds, and I don't miss it. And I'm glad I don't got to do that shit no more.
So, with that being said, if a person gets up there on the Crucible, the people that missed the Crucible this year, would they be? Do they get chances to come back and redeem themselves the following year?
Hell yeah. There's a few people I think should come back. You know what I'm saying? There's a few people. Like, honestly, I think Patron should come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he should come back, but try to improve on the things that they were saying about what he needed to improve on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people in every region that I feel like should come back and just take the advice that was given in terms of what people was saying in the comments. Like, because you do need to be honest with yourself. Like, you know, can you improve? Can you work on some of them things? I don't think Hip got to come back, because he was actually supposed to go to phase 2. And it was like a situation where his opponent flaked on him. So I basically told him that he can get a Survivor Series flake. So we'll get him squared away. I ain't too much worried about him. Everybody past that, man, niggas got to get better, man. Like, I'm not giving nobody no, like, vouch in the Northwest right now outside of the names that you already know. Like, those people, everybody else besides that, man, y'all niggas got to get better. Like, ain't none of y'all good enough to do URL past the niggas I just named off. Patron can, if he actually put some, like, get his shit back. I know he's been doing this for a long time. I get it. So he might not just have a love for it no more. If that's the case, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I think Hip should be on URL. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I don't even think he should do no more Crucible. Like, I'm going to take care of him next time we do an actual Survivor Series card. But past that, man, I'm not vouching for none of you niggas, man. Like, nothing personal. But this is how I talk when I'm even in LA. This is how I talk on like everywhere in the West. Like, really, like, because this is Shark Show, man. Like,
it's really like that.
Huh?
It's really like that. It ain't.
Yeah, man. These niggas out here are sharks, man. Like, you think you make it when you make it to URL, but once you start getting that criticism side of it, most of y'all niggas can't deal with that shit, man. Because I see how y'all niggas comment in, like, in the private chat groups. So if you get on that URL stage, man, it's magnified times 100, and you can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's coming from all different angles once you reach that level.
Yeah. So I'm not, I'm not saying, once again, I'm not saying that somebody like C3, like if I can see him coming back, but with the staff, like what Jay Black and them was saying about his content during that battle, Caesar, like they were saying about his battle in terms of how he was using current events for everything, like that was a real critique that if he look in the mirror and improve on, he's got a certain thing about him to where he could actually excel if he wanted to. So, but it's up to him to actually take that as, critique, improve, or say, oh, they hate me, I'm gonna do me. And most niggas do the latter. I'm not saying he will, but that's just an example. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not vouching for nobody. Like, I gotta see it. I gotta see it across the board, and not just in your hometown. You gotta come to LA. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get on some of these other platforms. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave outside your comfort zone, because nothing with URL is comfortable. There ain't no more New York and LA rapping for the most part. Most of these niggas is from North Carolina, South Carolina. They from all over the place. The difference is, can you adapt when you outside of your element, period? You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
Yeah. And the fans, hey, I got a message for the fans, because a lot of fans been like just, they're like, why is it? Because there's people that they feel like deserve it in the Northwest, but like you gotta be thinking of the grand scheme of things. Like, what have they done on URL, or what have they done outside of here? And that's what I'm telling niggas, you can do as much as you want in Washington. If you don't take that show on the road, or you don't do something bigger than what you're normally doing, like you can't just keep battling here. And this is why I told somebody earlier, I said, Young Nate was the perfect example. Even though he wasn't coming far, every time he came to Washington, it was a away game. So he's only coming from Portland, but he's still coming from somewhere else. So in Washington, he's getting more respect, which gives him more respect back home. Back home, it's like it's a big chess game. Like, you can't do. There's so many niggas that's hella dope here, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but it's like you're not gonna go farther than that, because niggas might not wanna, might not wanna go try to do a Crucible because they think they're too good. But it's like you can't skip these steps if this is how it is. They got the D League. They got you got to go to get to the NBA. You got to do certain shit. They have different routes. You can go to the D League. You can go to college, and you can walk. There's different routes. You may not make it in none of those routes, but you have to take some route. Right now, URL is one way to get in. Yeah. It's one way. So it's like nobody that hasn't even done a Crucible should even feel like they're in any type of talks, because it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. It doesn't make sense at all. It's like, and that's why I'm like, a lot of fans got to stop being in that. Well, yeah, they've done a lot here, but it's like we got to be real fans. It's like, come on, man, this game is played outside of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not fair to everybody who's playing this shit outside of here, and they're really doing work. And that's no disrespect to the guys that's doing shit here. It's just like we gotta more like be realistic. We want to play this shit on the big scale that it's played on, and we want to be respected like that. Then we gotta respect ourselves enough to be like, okay, really only these guys is ready, and these guys don't. There's certain guys who we could tell who's done things. It's like at this point, the niggas whose name ain't getting brought up, it's clear. You gotta move around. If you don't move around, nobody's going. Only Washington gonna love you, and that sucks. But it's true.
Definitely got to get your name up. You got to get your name up, and you gotta definitely you gotta earn your way. I have a question for you, KG. What's your response to a battle rapper who's battled big names but on smaller leagues and feels like they should be able to skip the Crucible?
See, the thing about battling niggas on small leagues is that just means that they pay for the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, once again, I'm one of them one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to reiterate this when I talk, because I know sometimes the new niggas, because I ain't battled in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know, so a lot of the new niggas don't really know my resume. You know what I'm saying? So I have to say this, like, I'm one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say that to say, you know, I know a real battle from a paid battle. Like, I know the difference, you know what I'm saying? And I know the niggas that's the top tier guys that are getting paid to do those battles. Like, I used to get off of those battles and I used to turn those battles down because they would have to pay me a certain amount because I'm all about my money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just starting out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was going on then too. You know what I'm saying? So I know the leads that is going to make it make sense. I know the artists that's going to make it make sense because I know these artists. Like, these artists all know me. All these top tier guys, they know me. You know what I'm saying? They come to me. You know what I'm saying? They reach out to me. Like, I know these guys. You know what I'm saying? I've known them for years. You know what I'm saying? So I know who's going to bring what to what situation. So when you tell me that you battled, say you battled DNA or K-Shine on iBattle or The Riot or West Coast Elites, then I'm going to be like, all right, shit, you know, that could be one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Because these are some of the platforms that are respected, or We Go Hard, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of those type of platforms to where even though it's not URL or RBE or King of the Dot, you know, it still hold weight to where people is going to respect that battle. Now, when you compare that to some up-and-coming league that nobody's ever heard of, and this is the first time you ever heard of the league because of this particular battle, I'm not holding no weight to that because them top tier niggas is just looking like that as a free trip in a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not looking at that like, oh, let me get this kid a shot. Most times they don't write for that dude. They end up writing until the day before, 2 days before. Them battles don't mean shit. Like, them battles don't mean shit. Like, they really don't.
You know, I flipped it to the same as, you know, if you get a feature from an artist, like, while they're in your town, and they don't really do nothing, they don't promote the record or nothing, it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you got it, but you could tell it ain't no emotion behind it. Like, they didn't put that same emotion as they do on them big stages.
Yeah, niggas just don't care, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at it either way. Like, I know a lot of niggas feel like they want to get their name up, but quite honestly, 2 hungry niggas is going to bring your name up way more than you ever battling some top tier name. Because, like I said, I know these top tier niggas. They don't be giving a fuck about these battles. You know what I'm saying? That's why I never took them. That's why when I used to battle, like, you never seen me battle in none of them small leagues. It wasn't because they wasn't offering it to me. It's because I wasn't about to waste my time for the sake of that little bitty money. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I just fuck with King of the Dot or URL and get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, even then, I was getting 3,000-4,000 a battle. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I wasn't going to lower my standards. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of niggas will lower their standards. You know what I'm saying? And when they lower them standards, that lower standard go across the board. It ain't just with the money you take, but it's also with the quality you giving for that. You know what I'm saying? Cheap work provide cheap work. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a nigga getting you cheap work, then that's what you gonna get in return is cheap ass work. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really. So when a nigga tell me he battled Clips on such league that I never heard of, being somebody who's supposed to know about these leagues, then I don't care because I know Clips, and I know Clips didn't give a fuck about that battle. He wrote it on the way to the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know? So nah, man.
So you're saying
I'm be impressed by that shit. Like,
so you're saying you're more impressed by 2 MCs you never heard of having a great battle than just a nigga just paying for a look.
That's it. That paying for a look shit is out, man. It's out. I never did it. You know what I'm saying? My second battle in my life was against QP, but we bet for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, we put bread up, and I walked with the bread. You know what I'm saying? That was battle number 2. I would never pay for a battle. Like that was. You have to create your name the right way, and purchasing a battle is not going to do it. Unless it should go viral somehow, some way. I just don't see the day and age how a battle is going to go viral. It's a battle. There's got to be some off-the-wall weirdo shit that got to happen. So I would just say, man, build, like, for the up-and-coming leagues, build your talent. You know what I'm saying? Build your talent up. That's the way to do it. I battle, Vikings, West Coast Elite. Like, even Sky Team Alliance Battle League, you know what I'm saying? They have people that have big, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really what we got to do, man. Like, that buying for, you know, you can do one event once you got that bread and you know you're going to get a return for it.
people. To constantly make their career based off that, it ain't gonna work. It doesn't have a good success.
For sure. Morgan, did you have any questions for KG?
No, not really. Everybody spoke on everything pretty much,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So for I want to shout out to we are streaming on 3 different platforms right now. We have 67 people all together from Facebook, Twitch, and from YouTube. So thank y'all for tuning in tonight. As always, man, y'all know y'all rock with me. I rock with y'all. But I actually have 2 more fellas that just popped in this thing. One is my co-host. He always